Hi there, my friend. Welcome back to our channel. In our message last week, we learned something foundational, and that is, prosperity does not begin in the bank account. It begins in the soul. John showed us that God's order is never backward. The soul prospers first, then life begins to reflect heaven's alignment. But John doesn't stop there. He takes us one verse deeper from prosperity within to prosperity revealed. He did this deliberately because he wants us to know that true prosperity is not only something you possess, it is something that can be seen, tested, and confirmed. Let's go back to the text. 3 John chapter 1, verse 3. For I rejoiced greatly when brethren came and testified of the truth that is in you, just as you walk in the truth. Read it again. They testified of the truth that is in you, just as you walk in the truth. Verse 2 tells us where prosperity begins. Verse 3 tells us how it is proven. John says something powerful here. He doesn't say, Gaius told me how blessed he was. He says, others came and testified. True prosperity, my friend, unlike what you have believed, does not need self-promotion. It leaves evidence. John says, I rejoiced when others testified of the truth that is in you. In other words, what God was doing inside Gaius was visible outside of Gaius. True prosperity speaks for itself. You can claim prosperity, you can post prosperity, you can quote prosperity, but biblical prosperity produces witnesses. People could see God's integrity, they could see his generosity, they could see his consistency, not perfection, but alignment. John uses two phrases, the truth that is in you, just as you walk in the truth. Now, this is critical, because truth in you speaks of belief, and truth walked out speaks of transformation. Because you can know truth and still not walk in it. And you can believe right and still live misaligned. But true prosperity happens when truth moves from information to incarnation. Watch this. You don't prosper because you know God's word about money. You prosper when God's word governs your decisions. Truth in you changes your heart. Truth walked out changes your habits. Prosperity, friend, is not about what you say you believe. It's about how you live when belief costs you something. John doesn't separate truth into spiritual categories. He doesn't say, you walk in truth on Sunday. He says, you walk in truth, which means how you earn, how you spend, how you give, how you wait, how you trust. Truth governs it all. Walking in truth means integrity when no one is watching, patience when money is tight, generosity when it would be easier to withhold, obedience even when it doesn't make sense financially. Walking in truth, my friend, is the pathway where prosperity can safely follow. Get this. God will not pour blessing where truth is absent, but where truth is walked out, peace follows, order follows, provision follows. John then says something revealing. I rejoiced greatly. John didn't hear Gaius' testimony and feel concerned. He felt joy, because true prosperity does not create pressure in others. It creates reassurance. It doesn't exalt self, it magnifies God. It doesn't draw attention to wealth. It draws attention to faithfulness. My friend, if prosperity is from God, it will always point back to God. So let's define this clearly. True prosperity begins in the soul, is proven by truth, is walked out daily, and is witnessed by others. It is not excess without peace. It is not increase without integrity. It is not gain without God. True prosperity is a life aligned with truth, where God can trust you with what He releases. My dear friends, when your soul prospers and your life walks in truth, prosperity no longer becomes something you chase. It becomes something God entrusts. Thanks for joining us today. I sincerely hope you have been blessed by this message, and I hope to be back next week with the conclusion of the series. God bless you. See you soon.